out flex. Flex, the livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDB scene. Before I get started, I just got a notification. Somebody commented on my post when I told you I wasn't going live yesterday. Somebody commented on my post. Some dude named Nakmeezy, N-A-K capital N-A-K-M-E-E-Z-Y, Brooklyn. On my post, he commented on my post. Put up a post of this Lily, that white woman who did a whole live in blackface. I went to her channel. I did a whole pep talk about it. Went to her channel. And salute to Coach Hudson. That was a powerful live you did a little while ago. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. And I'm skipping a roll call this morning because I want to get straight to this smoke. Because I just read it. He commented 17 minutes ago. I'm live right now, brother. I need you to pull up. And I will drop you a link and we can have a conversation. I need you to pull up. Right? I need you to pull up so we can have a conversation. What happened was I put up a picture of this white woman in blackface. As a matter of fact, I could show you better than I could tell you. Let me go to my post. All right, boom. This is the post I put up. Open it up in Chrome. This is what I put up, and I'm going to show you what I wrote. Let's do this. Let's go to share. I put no live tomorrow. In the meantime, I need to know how black women feel about this asshat calling you out of your name, and why haven't y'all flagged her channel? Until you do that, please don't take issue with anything I've said about you. Because when I've said it, it was coming from a place of concern and love. You know, things like stop overeating, stop wearing like fake hair, unless you have like alopecia or something like that. Love yourself, understand the black man, build, things like that. But somehow that becomes patriotic chauvinism, right? And I says, as a bit of information, she wore blackface, but her son is half black. Do what you want with that info. This woman's YouTube channel is up, it's running. I just saw another clip of her talking about how white people came to America and conquered it and gave it an identity and gave it civilization. As if to say the Native Americans of this land should be saying thank you to white people. She refers to America getting back to its core values as not Christian, but white Christian values. Her YouTube channel's up. So all I said was, until y'all check this woman, y'all shouldn't have anything to say about any black men. The sisterhood, the black sisterhood, should be on her ass, especially since she has a black son. I don't know if it's a son. She has a black child. Now, oh, Mr. Shelton, that's Cali nigga, my boy? Hold on. I'll call Cali right now. Give me 1 second. Because this young fella need to pull up. We need to have a conversation. I'm not letting none of this. Damn it, where's his number? I'm not having. Give me 1 second, y'all. Probably busy. He'll call me back. But that's what I said. Now, is that fair? I put a spotlight on this animal right here, right? That's what I did. And I also made, and I also, no, wait, hold on, Shelton. Let's not go off into that, because the purpose of me talking about this post is what was said to me like about 20 minutes ago, and I just noticed it. Because I checked the comments, but then I had a recent comment. I was like, oh, this is 17 minutes ago. So I looked, and this is what this brother says to me in the chat. Nakmeezy says, until you stop doing Monkey Tuesdays, you should chill. So then I said, pull up in 3 minutes. I want to be clear on what you're trying to say. Well, here's the deal. Nakmeezy, you need to pull up. What you mean? I'm very clear on why there's a Monkey Tuesdays. The fact that I have to do a Monkey Tuesdays breaks my goddamn heart. The fact that Coach Hudson had to go live this morning and say what he had to say, that's a form of Monkey Tuesday. The fact that I have to check my own, because, you know, you can't check anybody until you check yourself. You see, dudes like Nakmeezy, you give breath to that white woman with the black child in black face that disrespected our sisters. Do you know she got on her live stream in blackface and says black women are the most disgusting beings on this planet Earth? That's what she said. And what was even more scarier was the amount of views she got behind it and the people that co-signed in her comment section. And she got online the next day and said, I'm not apologizing. Sounds a lot like Ryan Garcia. Now, Nakmeezy, are you going to come up here and say, well, Ryan, you know, I can't unsee the left hook? Are you one of those niggas? Are you one of those niggas? And here's why this is dangerous. I hope you're not one of these niggas. You know why? Because I'm on your channel right now, Nakmeezy. You're a fighter. I don't know if you're pro or not, but let me be clear. You need to be cognizant of what you say and what you do in the fight game, business-wise, because you're black as hell and you're already a target. You need to be on code, young man. So I'm going to act, because you know what? Now that I know Callie knows you, according to Mr. Shelton, I'm going to find you, because we need to talk. We need to talk. I'm on your channel right now. Africans and White Zaddy. So obviously you know there's a problem. Are passport bros anti-black women? I don't know what your content is. I haven't clicked on anything. Passport pookies on trial. I need to be clear on who you are and why you're saying it, and why the only thing you know about my content is Monkey Tuesdays. What's to you? So we need to have a conversation. Let's talk, brother. These niggas done lost their fucking mind. If you a fan, just say that. Drives me crazy when I see a goddamn, you know what? Fuck out of here, man. You guys are just lost. You guys are just lost. It is so hard. You know, I saw a video. I ain't never seen this shit before. Oh, he a groupie? I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him, never seen him before. Good luck in his fight, whatever he's doing. He's kicking a bag or whatever. But Knock Measy, what you need to know, if you lacing him up and getting in a pro situation off the bat, we have your back. We support you. Because you know what? If you're pursuing anything on a professional or amateur level, we already know what you're going to have to deal with. We know this already. And if you got a problem with me calling out the monkey kung fu, then the problem might be you. Because my message is very clear. You're enabling the dysfunction, and you so worried about what I'm doing rather than why I'm doing it. Young man. So the invitation's there. Pull up, I'll drop a link, let's talk. You have the floor. I'll let you tell me what the problem is. And then I will continue to educate you. And you can take what you want from it. You know, I was watching a video and I saved it. And I never saw it before. Stormy saw it. You know, I was like a little on the young side when this happened. Well, actually, there was was it Dick Cavett? The Dick Cavett show or something like that? And Sly Stone, not Sylvester Stallone, Sly and the Family Stone, Everyday People, he just died a little while ago. I didn't know that he got into it with Muhammad Ali on that show. And Ali, you know, at any point he could have got up and whooped his ass, but Ali refused to argue with that brother on an international show, especially, and there was 2 white folk on that stage. And I was like, yo, the calmer Ali was, the more aggressive Sly got. I'm like, man, you know Ali will whoop your ass. Why are you talking crazy? If y'all having a disagreement, I'm not even with that y'all airing it out. And that's what Ali was saying. I don't want to air this shit out in front of them. But you see, the difference here is, on social media, is that you niggas air yourselves out. So I'm going to help you. And I'm going to make it known that I'm not them. I'm not them. I repeat, I'm not them. There's a difference. Chris Rock said on one of his stand-ups, love black people, but I'm tired of niggas. He jokingly said, I hate niggas so much, I'm ready to join the Ku Klux Klan. And I understood exactly what he was saying. I understood exactly what he was saying. And then when you call them out on their bullshit, whether it's Deontay Wilder, Devin Haney, Clarissa Shields, when you call anyone out on their bullshit, what do they say? You looking too deep. I'm just keeping it boxing. And they don't even understand that keeping it boxing is to say that you're keeping it racist. Black fighters have been dealing with this bullshit since the beginning of time, since the sport was created. And just because they can't hang niggas from the trees anymore to scare fighters from coming into a town, they can't do that anymore. There's still things they could do behind the scene to fuck us up. Deontay Wilder, Devin Haney, George Foreman got poisoned. He talked about it. Vander Holyfield, he talked about it. And when we talk about it, say, hey man, this is a dirtbag game, I'd be remiss if I get a bunch of knuckle dragging niggas and say, no, you just gotta say your prayers, eat your vitamins, Hulk Hogan sounding ass niggas. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and God bless the USA. Yeah, all right. Dante in that super chat, he says, salute my brother, salute to you. So Knock Measy, I can't wait to speak to you. I can't wait to speak to you. Yeah, coach, he told Ali, get your hands out my face. He was just trying to, like, put his hand on his shoulder, like, wait, hold on, calm down. Smack the hand out his face. I was like, yo, bro, he's trying to be peaceful and you turn it up. Knowing if you was in the room alone with that man, you wouldn't be doing that. Because there ain't no white folk around, he be kicking your ass. Disappointed looking at that. And that clip is over 50 years old. I never saw it until like a month ago. Shaquille, salute, queen. I was disgusted. I said, why is he acting like that? Brothers be trying real hard to unite and be peaceful out here. And then there's the niggas that are benefiting off of the dysfunction. And they look at you and say, man, why you gotta fuck shit up? That's the definition of a house nigga. I got it good. I get the good parts of the pig. When it's cold, I'm by the chimney. When it's hot, I got the fan. Why they gonna go raise up and run around in the swamp with that bitch? Why they got the raise up? Nigga, you got it good, that's why. And they take one good yes-a-massa nigga to ruin it for everybody else that are trying to get shit out the mud. Because they in the mud, and the house nigga don't know what it is to be in. Well, he knows what it is to be in the mud. He don't want to be there. So he will do everything to keep things the way it is. Now, Nakmeezy, I hope you're not the kind of nigga that's jealous of someone's shine. Because I'm just a dude from the Bronx that loves a sport that don't love me back. Freedom's March, salute. I'm speaking on behalf of the sport. What are you doing? What? I'm never going to stop Monkey Tuesday. Never. Unless I can't do the show that Tuesday. Monkey Tuesdays is a message. I said it when I started it. I hate the fact that I have to do this, but I have to. I also have something called Simeon Saturdays when I feel like getting up out of bed on Saturday mornings. Simeon Saturdays. What am I talking about there? A Negro that's fucking up. Now let me bring this back to boxing. Turki Sheik here. He has boxing on lock. All of y'all complaining about Turki Sheik. Shut up. You know why? Y'all did this. Y'all did this. If the best was fighting the best, boxing would be working like a well-oiled machine. But being that we don't have that, you got like 6 or 7 different companies. Right? You got 4 sanctioning bodies. And everybody spread out. So you got a bunch of fighters saying, hey, man, I want to fight that guy. I know I could beat him. I got 2 belts. I got the WBO, the WBC. He got the IBF and the WBA. That's unification right there. But he's all the way over there on Queensberry, and I'm in the PBC. He's British, I'm American. So you already know. And it's 5 years of that bullshit until one of those fighters make a mistake in the ring and it's over with. And depending on who has the bigger fan base, one will shine, the other one will get brushed to the side. And as a supporter of the sport, I'm here saying it's not right. Enter Turki Sheik, flinging around real money, and everybody bent the knee. Everybody. Because money talks and bunny shit take a hop. And all of you clowns jumping around, oh, I don't like Turkey, y'all. I don't like Turkey. Look, this is your fault. This is your fault. You did this. You did this. Because I remember, literally, do y'all understand? I've been calling for Deontay versus AJ. We've been calling for that since like 2015. 2015, 2014, something like that. When did Deontay beat Bermain Stavern? It was like 2015, right? 2014, 2015? AJ beats Charles Martin. He has 3 belts. It was like, yo, unify, let's go. Let's see who's the best. And I was proud. Do you know why? I said, man, okay. We got a brother over there, 3 belts up. Okay. We got a brother over here, 1 belt up. Let's see who's best. I'm riding with Deontay, but I'm not mad at AJ. Undisputed. Let's get it. 4-belt era. Let's get it. 1 face, 1 name. And while we wanted to fight, what did the British fans do? But I'll take you one better than that. It wasn't only the British fans doing that nonsense. It was American fans. And I'm like, whoa, what's this? Let me get this straight. I'm like, okay, this is how I went. This is how I went. We're 1 fight away. Let's get it. Deontay don't sell. Don't care. AJ sells. He's the draw. Don't care. But Deontay can't sell out Alabama. Don't care. He's the WBC champion. AJ's the part of he's the marketing part. That's fine. Make the fight. But Deontay don't sell. I don't care. He's the champion. 1 belt left. Deontay's gonna lose. Fine, let me see it though. Let him try. Make the fight. Wait, hold on. And it got more weird. And then we're talking about skinny legs and body parts. BFTB is getting emails like this. Read it. Read it. Look at the year on that. BFTB was getting emails like that. Dead serious. That's a real email. No woman sent him that. You know that was a, oh my God. And then when I say that you guys are creeps and closet homos, why you always got to go the gay route though? Why you always got to, well, first of all, why you worried about me clowning someone that's like that? That makes me wonder about you. But why emails like this going out? Fuck you talking about? Huh? This nigga here, this your king? Look at this picture. And then you look at me and be like, yo, why you gotta go? Why you always gonna make fun of people and call them gay? Look at this. Now I ain't trying to go here. Because all Drew wanted was the mother effing fight. Did I get it? We're now in 2025. 2025 is almost over. Yeah, salute, Queen. 2025 is almost over. We didn't get the fight. Neither of them have belts. And to be honest, if they sign the fight, people are going to watch it, but the thrill is gone. And I'm still riding with my brother Deontay. But the thrill is gone. It could have been much more. Back in 2018, 2019. I just showed you the evidence. But what was crazy was the amount of knuckle draggers that rolled with AJ. Why am I pointing out with AJ? Why am I pointing that out? Because AJ was marching to the tune of who? Eddie Hearn. We told you this. We told you this. We said something's not right over there. And then we found out that they were Eddie Hearn. Oh, he sells out Wembley. No one's ever done that since Michael Jackson. He sold out Wembley in seconds. I did a troll video after the pandemic. I was like, yo, what do you mean they sold out in seconds? Where's the video of people running to Wembley Stadium and buying up the tickets? It was a complete troll video, and y'all bought that shit. Y'all bought it. Y'all paying attention to me and not what's really happening. Thank you. That video was worth about $300 to me. I said, look at these niggas. They made videos about my video. My brother, the king, boxologist, salute to you, brother. We had a good... Me and him was on the phone yesterday. We was chopping it up, man. Salute to you, good brother. Tim Harmon says, oh, he's showing the Afro-Rican... Okay. All right. I'm out y'all business. I'm out y'all business. All we wanted was the fight. Now, you see, we were keeping it boxing. All we wanted was the fight. Y'all went in all directions. And I'm talking about the European fans. And then when we started to get to know who Eddie Hearn was, the first thing I said was, who the fuck is this guy? I said, oh, man, that's Barry's son? It's over. It's over. And Eddie Hearn systematically fucked AJ up. He sells out Wembley, right? And then what happened? We found out he was buying tickets up and reselling them. That's how Wembley was getting sold out. They made this kid look like a bigger star than he was. And as soon as they found out, y'all remember this? As soon as they found out what he was doing, his next fight was in New York City against who? Andy fucking Ruiz. And what happened? Well, we all saw it. And y'all don't want to get into the cheating thing? Fine, we don't have to. We don't have to. But didn't he say I'd rather have lost to Deontay than to Andy? Well, that's what you get. Fuck out of here. This nigga's on my dick so hard he needs a saddle. Why are you on my penis? What is wrong with you?
Get your hand off my penis!
Fucking stalker. Crisis, salute. Remember when I said Turki al-Sheikh is one big self-inflicted wound? It's like you take the pin off the grenade. Shout out to everybody in the military, Coach Hudson, BFTB, Cherwell. You know what Turki al-Sheikh is? You with your platoon, and that one motherfucker goes to throw the grenade. He yanks the pin out, goes to throw the grenade, and when he cocks his hand back, the grenade falls out of his hand, and he still makes the throwing motion, but you see it fall. You ever tried to throw a ball and you fuck up and it slides off your thumb, and it's like you're like, oh shit! That one idiot in the platoon does that shit, but you're in an enclosed area. He was supposed to throw the grenade out, and now you're like in a bunker somewhere, like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what Turki al-Sheikh is. He's that what the fuck? Yeah. While you was co-signing fights not getting made, while you was co-signing fights not getting made, he was working. Now the word on the street is, and shout out to my brother Thomas, he informed me, he said, Drew, I heard Top Rank is getting rid of like 30 fighters. And one of the fighters pissed off is Troy Isley. I need to talk to that brother. Did y'all know? Now let me stop right there for a minute. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? Top Rank's getting rid of like 30 fighters. Did you know that? Let's talk boxing. Did you know that? Top Rank. Main biker salute. Did y'all know that? Exactly, Anthony. Top Rank is getting rid of like 30 fighters. Thomas, you in the chat? Thomas hit me on a text. I'm reading it like, what the why? Y'all didn't see the writing on the walls? Everything was going good, right? There you go. See that? Tiger Johnson. See that? Mrs. Shelton says, why? Turkey. While we on here arguing about who beats who and Tank Davis this and Devin Haney that and Brian Norman this and Brian Norman. No, this happened. This is happening. Look at this. But fear not, because if you're high ranking and you have a decent record, Riyadh might pick you up. What about those lower level guys that you don't even hear about? That I could put out Stormy puts out content all the time about these fighters. Some of those guys was Top Rank. They might be in the mix with this shit. You may not see them again. Like, hey, what happened to Joe Blow from Arkansas? What happened to him? Well, he was on Top Rank. Where's Top Rank? He was one of those people that they released. Sort of like when MTK Global it was here today and then gone. What happened to all those fighters? You know about the big names. Josh Taylor, Tyson Fury. What about the guys that just got there? Like, oh shit, I was just with Barry McGuigan. I went over here because I had to feed my family. Now it's gone. Out here in New York, when Wall Street fucked up, there was like a shutdown here, if y'all remember. And I knew a dude that worked at the building, and I asked him what happened. He said, man, I got to the building. They wouldn't even let me in without security. They had to walk me to my desk upstairs. I had to pack my shit and leave. Put my pictures of my son and my wife in the box, and I had to get escorted out. They were afraid we were going to turn up. My man was making over $200,000 a year. He went to work that morning. It was gone. His job was gone. Y'all remember that? Right here in my city. That's what's happening at Top Rank. You remember when we was told that Showtime was not in trouble and they had a whole year. They had like 11 fights lined up, and you remember that? Who told us that? Put his name in the chat. Oh no, nothing's wrong. We got 11 fights. We got 7 fights or 11 fights? We have a whole lineup. Next thing you know, Showtime's out the business of boxing. And when Fred from Barbershop Conversations got on his channel and said, man, I play cards with these guys, I was told that it's over. Shut up, Fred. You a coon, Fred. You don't know what you talk about, Fred. And what happened? What happened? Okay. Exactly, Rod. Here today, gone today. Xavier, what up? I meant to call you back, but I was tired, brother. Thank you, Rod. Espinoza told us that on camera. On camera. No, we got like 10 fights lined up. We're fine. Literally 3 weeks later, Showtime got out of boxing. We was like, I was like, what happened to those fucking fights? Y'all didn't even ask who the fights were. Literally beat you in the head with some nonsense. Y'all bought it.
Uh-oh, he bit the bait.
That's y'all. That's y'all. Now y'all want to cry about TKO? Man, don't cry. You did this. I was listening to Blue Blood from his show last night. I was listening to a little bit of it this morning. He was talking about Errol Spence done. What do niggas do? They get in this comment section talking about, you know, you hating, Errol, you hating. Is he hating? Let me ask y'all a question. Where is Errol? Just look at the facts. You know what rich people say? Follow the money. Follow the money. You don't think Errol would have fought by now? It's been 3 years. All right already. You lost the bud. I don't think he's injured. I don't think he's mentally done. Errol's not built like that. He's fine. They don't have the money to pay him. That's what I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But other than that, why hasn't he been in the fucking ring? What happened to that 7-fight deal that the PBC told Tank he was getting? Listen to my language. The PBC told Tank, we're linking up with Amazon, and you got a 7-fight deal that's worth X amount of money. What happened to that? How you go from that to 40 mil with Jake Paul, where you had a 7-fight deal, and you said Devin's on there, a rematch with Ryan and all this other shit, Shakur? You said, yup. I said, okay, out of those 7, I know I'm going to get at least 3 that I care about. What happened to that? Remember when I told you they even lied to Tank? Remember when I said that? They even lied to him. Now ask me why I think money's the reason why Errol's not fighting. And by the way, shout out to my brother Junior the Truth. Y'all need to go subscribe to the Punch Junkie boxing magazine. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here. Did y'all know that this guy Turki is now in a working relationship with Amazon?
Good night.
It's over. Let me see. Working relationship with Amazon. Working relationship with DAZN. They got Top Rank. Top Rank just released 30 fighters. They got Queensberry. They got Matchroom. Amazon was working with the PBC. They just assimilated Amazon. Yeah. Ask me why I think Tank is really retiring. Ask me why I really think he's retiring for real. You don't want to fight your contemporaries? Well, guess what? If you want to continue fighting, there ain't no one else you fighting but your contemporaries. So get your clown fight out the way with Jake Paul. Spin the block and come back like your fans said he might do. Guess what? You ain't like Turki. You're really not gonna like him when he says, "Hey Tank, your options are a 3-fight deal, $70 million. Your options are Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, and Teofimo." That's no, no, and no. Go home, man. I think Turki will give you $5 million just to get the fuck out of his face. For you to get back in the good graces with them, you literally have to fly to Dubai first and eat a bucket of camel dung. Like these boss chicks been doing over the last 2 years. Yeah, don't believe that. You're flying in a private jet and all that high post they doing on the gram. They got doo-doo in their teeth. True story. So what I'm telling y'all is that there's nowhere to go. But don't listen to my ass. You ain't got to. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to listen to the white man say it. Because y'all don't ever respect it when it comes from a black man.
They should be nervous for.
Y'all don't respect it when it comes from a black man. So y'all listen to Lou DiBella. Shout out to Ariel Helwani. It's from his show. Y'all listen to him. Okay? Y'all listen to him. Listen to what he says. Okay? And shout out to Champside, because I didn't know about this until he played this yesterday. Salute to the baddest brand in the land. And I'm listening to this like, oh shit. This is exactly what I said. Now, before I hit play, this ain't the first time or the last time you're going to hear a white person say something that I've been saying. Here's the thing. When I was saying it, I was saying it out of love, meaning, yo, y'all keep this up. Y'all gonna open the door for such and such to happen. We need to get on point, make these fights so we ain't gotta deal with this shit. Shut up, Drew. You just hate black people. You hate black women. You hate black men. You do Monkey Tuesday. Okay. Okay. You just hate Tank, Drew. Take a Hall of Fame player. You guys, all I hear is man, stop. I don't enable dysfunction. I don't. I have no patience for this. Luther Bella's about to, just listen.
A whole different reason. They don't have a sustainable business anymore. Right?
Because these guys are coming in?
Yeah,
and
partially.
Saying,
Because they failed. Because we failed.
What? They failed because we failed. Let me ask you a question. When he says we failed, who do you think he's talking about? When he says we, who do you think? My God.
I'm going to say we. I was part of this too. I made a lot of money in this business like a lot of other people.
Uh-oh. 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 Do I hear honesty? Uh-oh. Let's get to it.
And I had success in this business like a lot of other people. And while it was all happening, I may have been more vocal than other people. I may have said we're heading toward a bad place quicker than a whole lot of people and more publicly, but I continued to play in the sandbox.
He gave them warnings, but he kept playing the game. What have I always said? If we keep doing this, something bad's gonna happen. It'll be good for some people, but bad for us as supporters. Okay? He was making money. This is what he does for a living, but he was like, you know what? We got to stop this. Oh, man, the drug dealers that's goofing up your neighborhood. You selling crack in your own neighborhood. Their response is, well, I'm not making them buy the crack. Yeah, but you're selling it, nigga. Yeah, but I give out turkeys every Thanksgiving. You giving out turkeys to the crackheads. The crackhead's going to turn around trying to sell the turkey. I got this turkey. It's fresh off the truck. It's frozen. How much you want for it? $5. You know what he about to do with that $5? So he kept playing in the sandbox. I told y'all. But don't listen to me. Y'all too worried about monkey videos. Because I'm telling y'all, wake up. Wait a minute. You know who's not affected by this? Any of this? The fighters with no real promoters. The fighters that promote themselves. The fighters that the promoters say, yo, man, you're a hot commodity. Let's work. Okay, well, what you talking? Because I need this money, I need that money, and I need this and that. And if you're not paying, we not playing. DHP Promotions. Uh-oh.
Whoa! What the
Uh-oh. Wow. The freedom of not being tied up or tied down with a mother skunting contract. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua has a lifetime contract with Eddie Hearn. But I remember people telling us that AJ is filthy, stinking rich, worth $200 million, and he's a boss. I'm like, no. He works for that guy, James Caan. Not James Bond, James Caan. And now it's all coming out. And now he just said what I've been saying. But his words cuts deeper. Don't listen to me because you're mad at a monkey video. Clowns.
With everybody else. You know, I tried to create meetings. At one point, there was a promoter summit, went nowhere. But you know what?
He tried to create a meeting, promoter summit, and it went nowhere. Every man for themselves. And while it was every man for themselves, what is the leading force of all business? Money. Who has money? Turkey. Turkey got Queensberry. He got Matchroom. He got Top Rank. He now has Amazon, which had a working relationship with the PBC. And he was taking pictures with Jake Paul. So all of that shit Tank was talking, Turkey is Devin's man, and I can't win on the cars out there, Baltimore. Okay. Now your ass is out. Look. We got TKO, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the Muhammad Ali Act it only applies in America. Now they got some weird shit going on in California, but it don't apply in Saudi. TKO has its own belt. Turkey Al-Sheikh has monopolized the business. These owners of these different companies has sold the fighters out. Have y'all woken up yet? The only fighters that won't be harmed by this are people like Devin Haney. They have their money, number one. Number two, they're the talent, but they're their own company. They can negotiate. Oh, yeah, people said that. I know a fighter that lives right up here by me. He showed me some texts that he had with Lou DiBella. I tried to get him to send them to me, but it's on his old phone. But he was telling me he had some shit with Lou DiBella a few years ago. I was like, damn. He showed me the text. Adewale, salute. Turkey Al-Sheikh has assimilated everything. He's master in chief now. And if you're not performing, he ain't giving you no bread. Knack Mill, oh, you a wrench too. Yeah, I want to talk to you. I'm only letting him on. And you a wrench. I'll wait. Good morning. You on mute.
Peace.
Peace, God.
How you doing?
I'm doing great this morning. How are you?
Ah, man, I'm still on mute?
No. I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Good morning, brother.
All right, good morning, brother. So I listened to a little bit of what was said before I pulled up, and yeah, I'm Callie's boy. I'm Callie's homie. He understands the position I come from. He and I really didn't even talk about this shit, but I kind of fell back because of the Monkey Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? A little history. You and I were actually supposed to collab on a video about racism in Bensonhurst. You know what I'm saying? Like a
remember
couple years ago. Yeah, it never popped off. So I'm not a coon. I'm for our people. You know what I'm saying? 100. And I understand where you was going with the post, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? The Monkey Tuesday didn't really rub me right. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't agree with posting black men as monkeys. So that's where I came from. I said, you should chill. I'm from Brooklyn. I think you're from Harlem, right?
No, I'm from the Bronx.
All right. I went to Roosevelt, by the way, up in the Bronx for them. So me being from the city, when I say I think you should chill, it's very mild for us. You know what I'm saying? When we come from the city. But so I think we should have a conversation about it.
Okay. The post that I put up,
Yes, sir.
where you left a comment on.
Yes, sir.
You know who that woman is?
Oh, absolutely. A devil.
Okay, okay, devil.
Yes.
All right. Do you know white people?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you call those white people friends?
I don't have any white friends.
Okay, I do. I have Irish friends. I have Italian friends. And I have Jewish friends. Yeah, I grew up with them. They're my friends, like friends. They're my friends. Do you know any white people that would co-sign or justify anything that animal said in that video about black women?
I know they exist. Do I know them personally? Nah, not on a personal level.
Right, because I can't say, because I've spoken to all of my white friends about that, and they denounced all of that shit, and that's facts.
Right.
They denounce it. Now, you're not a nigga. You're an educated man. I can tell. You're not. Absolutely not. And now that we're talking, I remember we were supposed to talk about that Bensonhurst shit. I remember that.
Right.
I remember that. And I would still like to do that, by the way.
No, absolutely.
Would you agree that every black person doesn't have the same level of integrity?
Oh, absolutely. You got black devils out there too. Shorty was a white devil, but we got a lot of black devils in our midst too.
Okay. So what is my Monkey Tuesday about?
I guess it's about, what you don't like in some of these black fighters. You know what I'm saying? Cooning, wilding out, making us look bad and all of that. But I don't think using the racial trope of a monkey, comparing it to a black man, no matter how bad he is the right way, in my opinion. And you a grown man, and I respect your man, you as a man, but I personally wouldn't address them as monkeys. You feel me? Because I feel that we give a lot of these non-black devils fuel to be calling us monkeys and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of words we can call them besides having them morph into monkeys.
Like what?
I mean, look, people that's all cold, out of pocket, suckers. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can call. We have a whole bunch of words in-house, especially from the city, that we can address them as. I just don't think morphing black men into monkeys really does us any good.
Well, those aren't black men. Those are monkeys. Those are niggas. There's a fundamental difference between black people and niggas. You would agree with that.
I don't address black men as niggas.
Oh, that's awesome. But niggas exist. And that's messed up. Niggas exist. Now, I'm not going to call it Nigga Tuesday, but I'll call it monkey. You know why? It gets their attention. And if they say, well, who the fuck is he calling a monkey? Well, I'm not calling you a nigga. I'll call you a monkey, though. And I tell them, if you pull up and if you're offended, then I'm talking to you. That's how I address that. And I address the nonsense because I take pride in not being that way. And I point the finger and say, you know what, this is not, I got nephews, and I say, this is how you're not supposed to behave in the street or in life. The latest monkey is a guy who refers to himself as the Big Ape, Tank Davis. Whether you like him or not, that's irrelevant. But
that's what he calls himself.
That's what he calls himself. But see, the thing is, on top of that, your behavior is your behavior. Your behavior is your behavior. And I have to shock. There's shock value, and there's an element of comedy behind it. But I have to shock them. It's completely shocking. But you know what was crazy? I can back up everything I'm saying and justify what I'm saying. I'm not just lashing out, calling him a monkey, just say, oh, he a monkey. You know what I'm saying? That white woman that did that, I watched that the video in its entirety. And I was waiting. I'm like, maybe at the very end, she just says, oh, I'm just trolling. I love my black sisters and whatever. No, that never came. Okay. She also has a black child. And I said, oh, okay, she's a grifter. She's a grifter. And then she came back and said, I'm unapologetic. Right? Now, two things. If a white person denounced that and called it Cracker Sundays, and he's addressing all the foul stuff that white people do, we would co-sign that. We would totally co-sign that. And there'd be white people that with him and co-sign that. Right?
I wouldn't.
Well, they would. They would.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of white people that co-sign that because there's white people that work hard to not be affiliated with that, and they have a hard way to go. Because all of my white, by the way, only one still lives in the Bronx. Everyone else moved outside of where we all grew up at. And when we all grew up and went to college and came back for the holidays, we was like, man, this country's fucked off. My Jewish friend, my Italian friend, you know, my Irish friends, they were like, man, this country's fucked up. We didn't know racism until we left the city and came back. We knew about it, but we never experienced it. So when I call out fighters, and I just be talking about boxing for the most part. When I call out fighters being off code, you know, siding with Ryan Garcia, laughing at Devin Haney, telling us that we're delusional with the Deontay Wilder shit when we have all these facts, but they just ignore it, and it's enabled by white media. And when I turn around and all I see, the people fighting with me look like me, that's not my brother. And I'm not gonna say nigger, I'm gonna say that's a monkey. And I put the mirror in front of him. Look at you, scratching your armpits, knuckle dragging, hanging from a fucking tree by your feet. Look at what you said to me. Look at what you're doing to me. And when I try and keep it boxing and point out the facts, all of a sudden niggas want to fight. All of a sudden niggas talking about pull up, which is the worst thing you can ever do in the world. I'm talking about the trolls now. But really? when you put the mirror in front of these cats, that's where they get angry from. So I gotta shock them. You're not my brother. You a monkey. And I work hard to distance myself from that shit. There's no reforming or rehabilitating these niggas. Like Tank Davis, the purpose of prison is supposed to reform and rehabilitate. Tank is now a repeat offender, and he never said that this girl was lying. And instead of his fan base saying, hey man, you got to slow it down. I just had a open panel 2 days ago, and you can go back and watch it, where I had some people in here justifying him doing what he's doing and then saying, well, he has trauma, leave him alone. No, he's 30 years old, he's a father, and he needs to be more responsible. And none of those people surrounding him were able to pull his coattail and say, look, young man, you're not a kid anymore. There's consequences, repercussions behind this behavior, and you need to do better. No one said that. And he's enabled. And he's a direct reflection to the negative in our community. And the negative, now I need you to peep this, the negative in our community, believe it or not, is the minority. They're not the majority. Oprah been beating our ass for like 35 years. You know that. She made a living off of saying what black men don't do. And then when the real facts, data, and statistics came about, she had to get in front of the bullet. After making a career of shitting on us, she had to tell the truth, brother. She had to tell the truth. Black men are the most desired in this world. Black men, in this white bitch with the black face, that's true because she procreated with a black man. So we're the most desired. And even though we may not be as married, we are all involved in our child's life. We're all involved in our child's life. So she had to get ahead of the bullet. She had to. And now she's telling the truth. So the truth is out. We're always getting loud on her. When I get frustrated, when I know we're great as a people, we always get sidetracked by niggas. But I ain't gonna call them niggas too much. I'll call them a monkey. Hey, why you call me a monkey? Well, I'm explaining it. I work hard. I don't want my daughter bringing home no monkey. I don't want my nieces bringing no monkeys around to the family functions. I'll size them up in a minute.
So you got me cracking up here, man. You got me cracking up.
But I'm saying you cracking up. Am I lying? Am I lying?
I'm saying you doing it for shock value. I get it. I have a personal issue with calling a black man a monkey. You know what I'm saying? And the morphing, like, if I understand your point, right?
Brother,
The morphing,
they're not you. You're too educated, brother. I can tell by talking to you. You're educated.
right?
But those niggas and these monkeys, they're not us, bro. They're not.
Like,
We got to call it how it is. There's no saving. There's no reforming and rehabilitating these people. We got to call them out and say, that's not us. We're
Right.
excellent, brother. I can tell you're excellent. I'm excellent.
absolutely.
I'll be remiss. I'm not going to stick up for some kid that can't get it right. I'm like, you know what? We could do this. We could do that. But once I see that I'm putting my name on the line, my beliefs on the line, for a person that doesn't care, I gotta pull back, and I gotta put a stamp on that. It's like a scarlet letter. Like don't you wish when you go out on a down, I don't know if you're a married brother or not, but when you was coming up,
Yeah, I'm married.
don't you wish that the chicks you made a mistake with had a scarlet letter that you could have seen? Oh man, at least I knew she was a whore. Of
Right.
course she's gonna cheat. All right, that's what Monkey Tuesday is, brother. That's what it is. It's the scarlet letter. That's what it is. I also got something called Simeon Saturdays that I do sometimes. Yeah.
Brother, hey, look. So look, I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I respect you. You know what I'm saying? I've super chatted your show. I've watched. It's just from a personal standpoint, I get what you're saying. It goes against what I feel. You know what I'm saying? I also do work in the community. Callie could tell you behind the scenes, you know, actually I'm international, so that blackface shit really hits hard because
that hurt my feelings, brother. It did.
Yeah, I'm in a place where they invented that shit. I'm in Europe. I'm in Holland. So I started a group that got that shit out of all the stores and off of TV here. So I'm boots on the ground for real.
Great.
So thank you, brother. So I've done work with brothers. You know, only dudes out here said they was gonna shoot me, all kind of crazy shit. It's hard dealing with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm 52 right now, right? So I had to learn when to just give up on brothers. Like, yo, you know what? I put him to the side. Even though I put them to the side, and I know they're not salvageable, I don't call them monkeys. I don't call them niggas. I would do that maybe if you and I was having a conversation, like a barbershop conversation, no relation to the channel, but we were just having, you know what I'm saying, that little corner talk, whatever, like, yo, this homie's on some bullshit, whatever. If you said he was on some monkey shit, at that point, I wouldn't even really be on no shit, be like, oh, I wouldn't try to correct you on it. But when we put out on a platform, right, and we got a whole bunch of race fans watching this shit, hating black fighters and all of that, you already know, I ain't got to tell you nothing. I'm a boxer. I do kickboxing, and I train black kids out here in Europe for free, so that they don't be on the street on this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's just my thing is, if that's how you do it, I'm gonna respect you as a man. I'm gonna stand on my point, but I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you giving me the link so that we can come up here and build, and not just, you know, be on this smoke shit. Because I've been called black men N-words, and I remember the first time my uncle, and he's from the nation of gods and earths, so the first time he heard me call somebody an N-word, he broke it down to me, right? And it's hard to get it out of my vocabulary because of the music I listen to and whatever, right? But you know what's crazy? I went, like 2 hours away today to go spar with some fighters in Amsterdam. I'm in Rotterdam. I'm sparring this Chinese kid, pro fighter. You know, this dude dropped the N-word in a gym full of black people.
Chinese kid.
I'm like, a Chinese kid, man. And we was vibing. We had some really good sparring. And I'm like, do I come as a first time guest in this gym and check this dude? Or do I look at the black dudes in there that gave him a pass to use the N-word in the gym? So I'm just like,
that's a weird position.
It's a really weird position. So you know what? I said, let me just fall back. I'll never go to the gym again, so they won't get no work from me. But I'm just very conscious of what we put out there because shit gets flipped, bounced, they put salt, pepper, and ketchup on it, and they give it back out. So I don't want somebody else to be like, yo, you see? the Morenos, they call each other monkeys too. So they know that they're monkeys. And you know that Moreno shit, Moreno, Coco, all that other shit they be calling us in New York City or whatever. But that's just my point, brother. I understand where you're coming from. And yes, I'm a fighter and I train and all of that. So I have an inkling of what goes on in the fight game, and I condemn Shorty with that black face to the fullest.
Yes.
I don't be COO double N, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I respect you, man, and I appreciate you having me for the conversation, bro.
Family, in closing, before I let you go, let me tell you what YouTube did. I had a meme where I made Tank literally morph into a monkey. They flagged me for that.
But not these.
No, they flagged me. I made Tank turn into a monkey. My meme. And
Okay.
They flagged me for that. Now, interesting. To me, that was just a joke. Now, they have full-blown Klan rallies on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They had a video up calling Champ Side a monkey. The video was up for like 2 years. We flagged it and flagged it and flagged it. It took YouTube 2 years to take it down. Furthermore, this woman with blackface, not only did she put on blackface, she got on there and said why she hates black women. That video's up. Now, when I've contacted YouTube about things that they've done to me and black content creators, they said if you see something, say something. You know what I know about YouTube? If you flag content and you keep flagging it and it's still up, that means they send you an email and say we've reviewed it and it's not in violation of our community standards. And if you keep doing it, they're gonna flag you and take your channel. So basically, they're telling you, look, we reviewed it already. Now shut the fuck up about it. So
basically,
as a content creator, this is what I'm dealing with. So it's not okay for me to make Tank Davis morph into a monkey, especially when he's beating women and everything like that. They need Tank out there to be acting a fool rather than me calling it out. You understand? They need him to act the fool and not call it out, right? But it's okay for this white bitch to run around in blackface and say that she hates black women. That's okay though. You see what I mean? So this is what we're dealing with on the other side. But I got something for Google. I got some. So these are the things. See, they want the bad to be on Front Street because they want that to be normalized and they want the public to believe that's a majority. That's why I put a name on it and say that's not what we represent over here because he's wrong.
Okay.
That's why I do what I do. And there's other black content creators that they got knee pads on for Tank Davis. Nothing happens to their channel, brother. You should see it. We could be on here having a whole panel about Tank, all 4 bars on the Wi-Fi. Next thing you know, the stream start jumping. They knock us off. I was in mid-live stream talking about Ryan Garcia. They just snatched my shit off the air. They didn't give me a strike or nothing. I contacted Google. I said, what happened to my live stream? Nobody knows what I was talking about. But I have the live backed up. But they don't know. They said, we didn't even know you was live, so I had to start another live. All of this stuff happens. So they enable the racist, and anybody that makes black people look bad, they enable that too. So that's why I put a name on it, brother. That's why. Here, I put a name on it. I would love to keep it in-house and just holler at cats behind the scene and tell them why I could do. You can't do that to Tank because he'll call you soft and you being soft and F you, stay away from me, stay on your side. He's a walking cash out. He's gonna get everything he deserved. He's lost. But as long as he's breathing, I'll hold him accountable. And everyone around him, his OGs, they did right by taking him off the street, but they didn't do right by raising him as a man. And these are Muslims, by the way. So I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. So I just wanted to. I'm glad we had this dialogue. I just wanted to be clear on what I was doing.
All right, but I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I lived in the Bronx for a while too. I lived on Burnside. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the West Bronx or whatever.
Very Jerome.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to be wilding out back in it. When people was wilding, I was on some wild out shit.
You hung out by the towers?
I never went over with Tracy or River Park.
No, River Park.
Nah, I didn't cross University, bro. That I think the furthest I went was Undercliff or some shit. Or
Undercliff. Roberto Clemente back in the day had a boxing club. You remember that?
Nah, I trained in one at Juan Laporte's gym on like Third Ave or whatever.
Third Ave. Okay. I grew
Yeah.
up at that boxing club, Roberto Clemente. That was like my babysitter. My dad was a chief of police. Well, at the time he was a lieutenant. And rather than pay a babysitter, he sent me and my brother down there, and we trained down there. Mitch Green used to come up in there and beat people up.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
That was the 80s. So, you and I, as it turns out, we got a lot in common.
Absolutely.
So no.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna show some love in the super chat.
No, you don't have to, brother. Listen, your presence is fine. I need you to drop the link to your channel. We're gonna support this brother. Put your link in the channel. Much love and appreciation to you. Much love and stay safe overseas, brother. Much love, bro.
All right, peace. One.
Yes, sir. And that's how you handle business. That's how men talk. That's how men talk. That's how we do it. There was a little misunderstanding. We still may agree to disagree, and that's fine. But that's how black men do it. We ain't got to scream and holler and curse. I mean, if I felt it going there, I'd have just ended it. But that's how you're supposed to do it. You youngins watching that, take note, please. And when the brother puts his link in the chat, everyone go subscribe to him, okay? And that's how we do it. Now, let's get back to this. Now, Lou DeBella, salute, good brother. Y'all click on his name. Y'all click on his name and go subscribe to his channel. Salute. Now, Lou DeBella has said everything that we've been saying on our streams, man. And I'm just wondering, now that the white man done said it, y'all gonna believe it now? Or is it us? Are we just making shit up? You feel me? This is what I'm saying. So let's go back. What's Lou talking about here? What's Lou talking about? Let's see what Lou's talking about.
Deserve what we're getting right now. We opened the door for Jake. We opened the door for MVP. We opened the door for Turki.
Is he not saying word for word what I've been saying? How many times you heard me say we opened the door to Jake Paul? How many times you heard me say that? How many times you heard me say that? Jake Paul is our fault. We were supposed to leave Jake Paul alone after he knocked out Nate Robinson. We were supposed to leave him alone then. Like, okay, he's a ball player. All right, man, don't get happy. We were supposed to leave him alone when I told you my brother Kendall Gill, retired NBA great. Kendall Gill was nice. He said, man, I wanted that Jake Paul smoke. And Kendall Gill actually fights. Come on, he checks all the marks. Former athlete, not a real boxer, according to some. Okay, so what? He's like 6'7", 6'8". So what? But he's over 50. You would think D-Free, my brother, salute. Go subscribe to my brother D-Free Sports. He checks all the boxes. Why didn't Jake even Shaq said, I think Kendall Gill will give Jake Paul that work. Anthony, what up? But Lou DeBella saying everything that I said. He's saying everything that I said. Everything. You gonna listen now? It's too late.
We opened the door for TKO by being in a rational business.
Open the door for Jake Paul. Open the door for TKO because we've been in a rational business. Oh my God. Oh my God. But Drew just be talking. You just talking. You just hating. You just hating. You just hating. That term hating, when you young kids use it, all that is to me, it's just a bridge word that you use to just justify your position when you can't explain it yourself. It don't even have to be in an articulate manner. Because when you say, you just hating, and I say, explain why I'm hating. How? Y'all can't even do that. You can't even do that. How many times y'all heard me say this is one big self-inflicted wound? How many times you heard me say that? Don't listen to me. Lou said it now. Now I guess you take it serious.
With an irrational business model. If you think that the WBO, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBA can continue to thrive and make money the way they have historically in this new environment that's coming, you have another thing coming to you.
Uh-oh. Didn't I say, man, listen, Mauricio Silly Man is scrambling like eggs on a Sunday morning. They literally don't know what to do. And I'm going to tell you something. He saw this coming. Why do you think he ran down to Dubai to get with Daniel Kinahan? He saw this coming. Why do you think he made franchise statuses? Canelo makes me money. I can't have him risking losing to not only Jamal Charlo, but a black fighter nonetheless. We can't have that. How do we get him out of this fight? Invent the way. And they did that. That's the business model that he's talking about. Shit like that. Loma, we can't have it. I see more value in Lomachenko than this kid, Devin Haney. This light-skinned kid with this wide nose. He's a problem. How do you get him out of this? Franchise him too. And then they threw around a third one at one of those lighter weights. Just to throw the scent off. It's a duck belt. And by the way, I asked Steven Espinoza. I played the video for y'all. I asked him, I said, where's the franchise status now? He said, I heard Mauricio's getting rid of it. I said, getting rid of it? The franchise status is how Jamal and Canelo, it's why Jamal and Canelo didn't fight in the first place. Now they're getting rid of it? And he said, well, you know, it was supposed to serve a purpose. Look, all you gotta do is listen when they talk. What purpose? And I wasn't gonna drill him because he has nothing to do with the WBC. He's just telling me what he heard. That was for y'all. What purpose? Did y'all even listen to it? What was the purpose? And I had to tell in the video, the purpose was to protect their investment. Lomachenko, they saw value in it. He's an investment. Canelo Alvarez, he's an investment. Turki Al-Sheikh, they didn't anticipate that. He thought that man that was going to do that was Daniel Kinahan. That's what he thought. But it was really Turki Al-Sheikh. Came out of nowhere. Not in Dubai. He was in Saudi. And he said, it's not that, it's this. Now it's too late. But the trade-off is, you see, here's the thing. We love it as supporters because now that he has everything, we're most likely to get the fights that we want. We went from Beterbiev and Bivol being like just on a standoff situation to as soon as Turkey gets in, now we're going on fight number 3. They fought twice in a year. Holy crap. We're getting everything we want. But the trade-off is that TKO and the Muhammad Ali Act. That's the trade-off. You can't have it all. And what I'm telling you is, don't cry about the Muhammad Ali Act when you wasn't pro best fighting the best. Because while we're wanting the best fight the best, all of these clowns was lining their pockets. Why do you think Canelo was able to come through here and make about $500 million? Everybody want to praise Al Heyman? That's great. But ask yourself, why did he see more value in Canelo Alvarez than Tank Davis? I'm going to tell you why. Canelo has a better resume. He has more dirt under his nails nonetheless. And I'm going to give you the answer that no one's going to like. Al Heyman is a businessman, and he knows what he has in Tank. Hell, Kenny and Cal know what they have in Tank. And they knew in order for Tank to be the figurehead and lead the sport and be boxing's face, he would have had to at least beat one or two of his contemporaries. And they don't think he could do it. Listen to Kenny when he talked. Listen to Cal when he talked. When he told Marco, when they talked about Devin, and he said, at what weight though? Huh? At what weight? Everyone says he knocks Devin out. What you mean? Oh, you're not fighting. Why would we want the Shakur fight? because he's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. Wait a minute. And I'm like, why are you saying that out loud, man? And I'm looking around. I'm looking around when I watched that interview, because Marco's my guy. He told me, I'm going to have Cal on here. I said, cool. I'm watching it like I'm in the house alone. I'm just looking around like, you ever like been on your phone and someone says something stupid and then you look at your phone like, what? I'm at my desktop looking around my crib like, what? He just said that? He really said that? He really said that out loud? He said the quiet part out loud? You ever had that friend that, you around children and you don't want them to know what you about to do? So sometimes I know with the adults in my time, because I'm old, they used to spell out the bad things. And when you're like 5 or 6, you're like, huh? What are you? But you always got this one dummy. Let's go out to the CAR and smoke some weed. What? You idiot. Cal said the wrong thing. I'm like, oh my God. He said the Devin shit. Okay, Devin too big. And Shakur ain't gonna stand there. But you can't coach Tank to adjust to those styles? What are we talking about? And mind you, Devin too big, but he already had a knockout at 140. And on the way out, he's about to fight a cruiserweight. So if this kid doesn't retire, what I meant to get into on my other show, but I didn't get a chance to get into it, was anybody from 135 to cruiserweight is fair game for Tank if he don't retire. So the Jake Paul fight is okay. I want to see him in there with Jai Patai. What, too big? Okay, let's go to the next one. I want to see him there with Artur Beterbiev. What, too big? All right, let's go to the next one. I want to see him in there with, I don't know, Vodstick, 75? Beterbiev, 75? Who, 68? Who? What we doing at 68? What we doing? What about 54? He can fight a Charlo, right? He can fight Maul, right? You putting all this, Tank beats up heavyweights, you putting all that shit out in the ether, somebody gonna ask you about it. So now that the Jake Paul fight is gone, it's okay. You's a tough guy. Y'all told us to leave that boy alone, let him get his money. I left him alone, and he can't even get that right. So now that fight's off the table, once this thing with this girl goes away, because it'll eventually go away, is he going to retire or is he going to continue to fight? Now he can spin the block and fight his contemporaries. Is he going to do that? I say no. Must be seen to believe. But I'm telling you, it's fair game from 35 to 200 pounds now because he did that. I don't want to hear anything about someone being too big or move too much. I don't want to hear it. Hell, fight Iris Lara. Just go ahead and do it. Fight Boots. Just do it. Fight Bud. Just do it. But my point on bringing up all of that, you think I wanted that for Tank? None of this would have happened if he just fought his contemporaries, win or lose. None of this would have happened. Now that the Paul fight's gone, it's like, well, shit, everyone's fair game. I don't want to hear none of you Tank fans talking about, oh, man, you just want to see him lose. No! I want him to fight his contemporaries. He's about to fight a fucking cruiserweight now. And mind you, a lot of Tank fans said he was going to win that fight by knockout. Cool. Tank Davis versus Jai Patai 2026. Book it. I believe there's Tank fans that actually think he could fly. Dead serious. Tank Davis versus Jai Patai. Book it. Tank Davis versus the winner of Anthony Yarde and David Benavidez. Book that. You see what y'all opened up? Oh, no. See, Tank's not a real, Jake Paul, he's not a real boxer. But meanwhile, he's ranked at cruiserweight. He's not a real boxer, so I ain't had a problem with that fight. But you don't have a problem. I mean, but you have a problem with him fighting somebody at 140 or his contemporary at 135? I'm tired of listening to y'all. I'm tired of that. I wouldn't be having this conversation if he did what he was supposed to do. Instead, he opened up this big can of worms. His stupid ass fan base is on panels all over YouTube and God knows where else. But they're all on black channels. They're quick to tell us that they'll shoot us, stab us, kill us. But as of late, Max Kellerman, Paulie Malignaggi, right? Mike Coppinger, they're now questioning everything he's done. His place in the Hall of Fame and everything. And they're saying everything that I've said doesn't make me a coon. You know why? I said it first. Fuck, you know they listen to us. The difference is, it's the Charlie Kirk effect. Charlie Kirk will tell you what's wrong with the black community and be wrong, tell half truths, but you're too ignorant to even understand your own facts, data, and statistics. You don't know. You're not armed to even discuss anything with Charlie Kirk. That's why he'll body bag all you niggas in a debate. You don't know. He'll quick to tell you what's wrong and give you no solutions. But I was telling you what was wrong. But before I hung up, I get off my damn stream, I would say, look, here's what Tank needs to do. Fight Shakur, fight Devin, fight Tio. And then y'all call me a hater. And then you tell me what he don't need to do. DEW, what he don't need to do. They never sent the offer. Well, Tank's the A side. Leonard Ellerby said, no one sends an offer to Tank. Tank a star. We send the offers. Okay, where's Devin's offer? Where's Shakur offer? They lying about offers. See, all of this bad business comes back to bite us in the ass. Why did Turkey come into the business and we're working on a third Better Be a Bivol fight? Those guys should have been fought like 3-4 years ago. We gave life to Jake Paul. We gave life to Turkey Al-Sheikh. And these promoters are making money. They're making more money than the goddamn fighters. Except Canelo. Whatever he got, he earned. He played y'all. He played y'all bad. So what I'm saying is, I don't feel sorry for you niggas. I don't. I just make fun of y'all on Monkey Tuesday and Simeon Saturday. That's what I do. Because this is y'all fault. We let you in. And this is, and by the way, y'all, this is what happens when casuals, you let them in. This is why I tell y'all, people have to qualify. People have to qualify to talk boxing with you. How many times I told y'all that? They have to qualify to talk boxing with you. They have to qualify. If you're talking about X's and O's like Stormy B-Man and some guy that's down ranked number 20, but yo, Stormy tell you, keep an eye on this guy, man. Oh yeah, well, how would he match up with the guy that's ranked number 5 over here? Oh, well, you know, their styles conflict, but you know, yeah, you know, he's the WBA and he's ranked this in the WBC, but you know, this could happen, and they're fighting on Pro Box and blah, 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 blah. And then the fool comes in the chat, yo, man, you saw what happened to Tank? Yo, man, the Tank Davis, man, I think Tank beat all those guys. Meanwhile, all those guys are man, shut up. Go pop a Ritalin and get the fuck out of my chat. That's what you do. You don't qualify. Y'all remember listening? Look, y'all remember listening to the Brother Champside over the summer when that girl clicked the link and she came up there? And it's funny because some of these dudes and these chicks, they think they could just engage in a fantasy conversation. But then when you start bringing up facts, Did that chick not say, you have facts all the time when you talk? This is what we do. Of course we have facts. My opinion is based off the facts, not fantasy. Don't tell me what you think Tank is going to do. I'll tell you, hey, I think Devin Haney is going to outbox and style on Brian Norman. But what do I always say? Must be seen to believe, though, and we're going to find out the answer. Someone will say, I think Brian Norman's going to knock the shit out of Devin Haney. You can feel that, but we're going to get the answer. Somebody's going to be right. Somebody's going to be wrong. But we're getting the answer. But when you have your sources and say, look, no, it's not what you're speculating. This is what it is. Case in point, Tank Davis. There's no speculation. He did that to that girl, and he's been on social media since. He didn't get on there and say, yo, she's lying. No, he got on there and say it's a good day for boxing when what's his name died. That's what he did. So Shorty gets on there and starts talking about Tank, and he's in Champ Side's like, the reason why I remember that live is because I was legitimately in Florida in Universal Studios, and I don't do roller coasters no more. So the family got on the ride, and I'm standing outside like looking for shade, and I'm listening to it like, yo, Victor Conti, thank you. I was having a brain fart. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, what does Shorty think this was? And then she tried to make it seem like having facts was a bad thing. Oh, you have facts every time you talk? Yeah. If there's something I don't know about, y'all hear me say things like, I don't know, maybe it's blah, 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 blah. That's speculative. I don't know, maybe it's this, man. I don't know. And then Shorty said, okay, well, I'll be back. I'll be back with the facts. She ain't been on that man's channel since. You know why? Because Tanky Wanky gave her nothing to talk up but beating another woman. That's your boy. Leave him alone. Let him get his bag. You hating. Okay, left him alone. He is a fabulous fuck up. But all the people that talk him up, 100%. Nothing happens to their streams. They share their videos. Right? I get on here and be like, man, Tank's messing up. He a monkey, da-da-da. Next thing you know, they start zapping my feed. There's several live streams. I just went in my video library. They're not there. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. But let's listen to Lou DiBella, man.
What about California? You were talking about that, and we got off it.
It's cut, dude.
I spoke to Oscar De La Hoya, and he said Andy Foster, he was disappointed.
Yeah, he should be disappointed. But look, dude, the John McCain figured out decades ago that there needed to be a national commissioner of boxing was going to be basically without oversight. The state athletic commission system is broken. It doesn't.
Shout out to John McCain. He tried to get that done.
Doesn't work. You got political hacks running it. They come in and out. Nobody's got a really stake in anything. Everybody's a star fucker. The perception of a lot of state regulators is my job is to help the biggest events come into my state and the state make the most tax revenue and athletic revenue.
You hear that? What he just said. You know what that is? You know what that is? I'm going to explain to you. What that is why when Floyd Mayweather was found guilty for whatever was going on with him and his baby mama, and he had a little trial, and they said, all right, you're going to have to go sit down for a few months, right? When that happened, they had to agree. That was before the Cotto fight. They said, okay, well, you know what? You'll start your sentence, I think maybe a day or two after the Cotto fight. You know why? Because you bring revenue to Las Vegas. So go ahead, nigger. Go ahead and make that bread, and then you're going to have to go sit down. You know what Floyd was supposed to do? So you know what? Okay. Miguel, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go sit down. Miguel, I'm going to pay you to go sit down because this is my fault. I'm sorry. I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to pay you again. But when we do fight, we fighting somewhere else. L.A., Florida, New York. But I'm not giving this city a dime. Arresting me and locking me up on some nonsense. I'm going to go do my time, but I ain't going to fight another day in Las Vegas. Fuck y'all. And I'm moving. See? That's what he's talking about. Oh, you're going to jail, but you're going to make this money for us first. You're a revenue source, but you're going to go to jail. Floyd's dumbass just still gave him money. Go to my Patreon because I have a lot to say about Floyd, and it's even too crazy for Rumble because I need to let this shit fly. Floyd's a rabbi now. I'm not kidding. But let's listen to Lou.
That's my job. Not protecting the athlete, not standing for any integrity. A lot of people just have a misguided view created by our political system as to what their job is.
There you go. Let me go up to 39, 33. Let me go up to here. Let me see where's that. 39, 33. Y'all need to listen to this. This is the gambling shit.
Is so close to.
Oh,
it's a gigantic advantage. And it's
what about this gambling?
There's going to
scandal?
be. What does he have to do?
The gambling scandal right now, and the FBI is investigating, but they're good friends with Kash Patel.
All right, I'm sure. So they're fine.
Have you heard about this story?
Of course I have.
What do you think?
I think that I have no doubt it's true that there was some.
Is this a bigger problem? Because I'm starting to hear from people in MMA. What about in boxing?
No.
You don't think people are throwing fights in boxing?
Oh yeah, but there's different ways of throwing fights. I think people have been legally throwing fights in boxing on a weekly basis.
What do you
What? What the fuck?
What did you say? What did you say? Did you hear that? What? Wait a minute.
What?
What? We're not safe. Let me bring it back.
No.
You don't think people are throwing fights in boxing?
Oh yeah, but there's different ways of throwing fights. I think people have been legally throwing fights in boxing.
How do you legally throw a fight?
On a weekly basis.
What do you mean by legally?
I mean the whole system's corrupt.
Hey man, Deontay Wilder got cheated. No, you can't cheat in boxing. My brother Trick Notes, he in the building. Salute. Hey man, Devin got cheated and they got caught this time. Man, it's everyone else's fault but Devin's. I mean, it's Devin's fault. It's no one else's fault but Devin's fault. What, y'all gonna disown Lou DiBella? They're gonna dig up dirt on him and say, well, we shouldn't listen to him either. I want to know how many of his peers called him a liar after this interview. How many of his peers called him a liar? Look, Oscar De La Hoya is a weirdo, but he's right about that Muhammad Ali act. TKO is a product of Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh. Turki Al-Sheikh is just funding that shit. He said, hey, you're smart. You're doing good things with UFC. You want to get into boxing? Okay, let's get into boxing. We're going to do TKO. I'm going to let you run it. Go ahead. The first thing he wants to do is get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. Why? Ain't no cheating in boxing. Those same niggas that was saying ain't no cheating in boxing, which is why, no, Deontay just lost. No, Devin just lost. Ain't no cheating in boxing. You same motherfuckers. You same monkeys. You same knuckle draggers. had a problem when Turki Al-Sheikh went up to Hamza Sharaf's corner and says, you down 2 points or 2 rounds or whatever he said to him. When he was fighting Carlos Adames. You said, hey, he can't do that. Shut up. You didn't even know the goddamn rules. You just didn't like the optics. And it turned out that you can't do that. But you're in the kingdom of Saudi. He does what he wants. Like how these white folk get in here in our sport and do what the fuck they want. Oh, you don't like it now. Yeah, Trick. The fighter that lives near me, he lives in my neighborhood, told me exactly that, what you just put in the chat. He told me exactly that. And said that's why he couldn't get his career off the ground. Because of shit like that. People don't qualify to talk boxing with you because they're not ready to have conversations like this. Their ADD kicks in. It's too thorough. They don't know how to deal with it. You gotta be crazy.
No, I know, but do you think?
No, it's not like, oh no, I understand. No, it's not. You don't understand.
Okay, so tell me.
No, but I've told you already. I went through this with you for an hour the last time I was on the show.
With legally throwing fights?
No, not with a bag. You don't. And first of all, you're not getting enough of a drop on the average boxing fight that someone's going to go through the risk of bribing one of the fucking fighters.
This is what we're seeing right now in MMA.
Now, you might have situations where particular fighters in their own head are saying to 6 of their friends or themselves, I'm going to not knock this fucking guy out until late in the fight. I can knock him out in the second round. Maybe I'm not doing that. Do I think that goes on in boxing? That's going on in basketball, football.
Right. Uh-oh. Tim Donaghy, anybody? Chauncey Billups, anybody?
What about guys taking dives?
They would look at the baseball situation with the crazy wild pitch that had all the action.
Yeah.
Dude, this is going on in every sport. As soon as you invite gambling in as your major sponsor, as soon as you invite gambling in as your major partner, the fuck do you expect?
Oh! All these legal gambling sites that they advertise make sense now? And then when I get on here and say I got trust issues, when I got my boys hitting me up like, yo, I'm trying to put money on this fighter. I'm like, yo, look, I can tell you my opinion on who's supposed to win, but never bet on boxing. Nobody wanted to listen to us when we was talking about Daniel Kinahan. I had to tell Tay Jones 4 days before I flew out to Vegas. I said, yo, you know they switched the ref? He said, no. I said, they switched the ref. It was supposed to be some guy named Ortega, and they switched it to this dumb nigga. What was his name? It began with an M, right? I'm like, why'd they do that? And I said, why that name's Mora, Russell Mora, whatever the fuck his name is? I said, why'd they do that? And why that name sound familiar? I go to Google. This is the dude that made sure Joseph Igbeko is now... Joseph Igbeko can't make babies anymore. He's sterile. Because Abner Mares damn near punched his nuts up through the top of his head. There were like 50 low blows. He didn't call them. And I said, what the fuck? And he was reprimanded, y'all. How does he get the assignment up for the heavyweight championship of the world 4 days before the main event? How does that happen? How does that happen? And then when D knocks him out in the 4th round, D went to the corner. He do-si-doed him, went to the corner, stopped the count, told D to go to the corner he was heading to in the first place. So once again, Fury was on the floor for like 12 or 13 seconds. Y'all are not interested in fair play. Y'all just want to win arguments out here. That's why I can't stand you monkeys. Because again, when I'm just pointing out facts and I'm connecting all of these dots, And I'm giving you I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving it to you. Oh, that didn't happen. I said, okay, good. When's the last time you saw Tyson Fury anywhere in America? Does he sponsor anything? Has he ever been like outside, you know? Because when he had COVID, he was outside, you know, in Vegas walking around. Has he gone to any schools, did an appearance? If I could get off crack, you can get off crack? No. You know why? He was kicked out of my country, our country, and he's not allowed here. You know the Fury fans, the American Fury fans, and they say, well, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, he's not allowed in American soil anymore. You know why? Because of the affiliation with Daniel Kinahan. Who's Daniel Kinahan? Well, he's a cartel leader out of Ireland who has a $5 million bounty on his head for any information that leads to his arrest. And that's Tyson Fury's friend. He also owned the boxing promotion called MTK Global, which is now defunct because of their affiliation with Daniel Kinahan. And all of those fighters under that banner were barred from coming to America for their dealing with Daniel Kinahan. The company's gone. They can't come to America anymore. And Fury just didn't bother to fight it. He don't need, there's nothing for him over here. He just wanted to come over here and they put him on a pedestal. Y'all put him on a pedestal, beat the nigga up, the American, beat the nigga up. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. He went home. And you helped him do it. And that's why I have a Monkey Tuesday and a Simeon Saturday sometimes. You see? That's why. Because I wasn't arguing with no white Fury fans. It was all these niggas. See? Shout out to the United States. But don't listen to me. Go ahead and listen to Lou DiBella.
Okay? Now, in boxing, I actually mean this. The drop is less. Now, and on I don't believe it would happen on the level of a Canelo Crawford fight in boxing. I just don't.
Not worth it.
No. And there are other ways. And by the way, even if you got to the fight or if the fight goes the distance, you better get to the judges.
Right.
Because I saw a fight the other night that a guy won 8 rounds and lost.
Have you ever promoted a fight where you thought something nefarious was going on?
Only in terms, I mean, gazillion times where the decisions were fucked up. And
No. Where you?
Oh, okay. Enough is enough. You see what I mean? See? Time reveals all truth, but a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead and listen to Lou DiBella. See what I mean? See? And then we point out the obvious discrepancies. What do they call black people when we point shit out? We're complaining. We're sore losers. Ryan Garcia's getting the title shot, y'all. How? How's that happening? You tell me how that happened, please. Let a casual come up here and let them tell you by way of the rankings, how the fuck is he getting a title shot? Tell me. Do not talk to me about no Turki Al-Sheikh. Don't even talk to me about the Muhammad Ali Act anymore. Don't talk to me about TKO. I don't want to hear it. I'm just watching the fallout. I tried to tell y'all. But y'all don't listen up. This black nigga from the Bronx. I'm just on here screaming and cussing and making fun of black people, calling them monkeys and niggas and okay. Y'all don't want to listen? And I'm not talking about to my brother Nak Beasley. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about there's other cats that and y'all seen them. They tried to come up here and do whatever. No. Y'all want to listen to me? Y'all better not be complaining about where boxing ends up in the next 5 years. I don't want to hear it. Trick says Tyson Fury hasn't been in this country since October of 2021. There you go. Joe the Beast, salute. So y'all take the information and do with it what you want. I've done my part. This is one big I told you so. And when it gets bad, and look, Tiger Johnson has to win. Support him. Troy Isley. I met that. Matter of fact, you know where I met Troy Isley? I met him at Wilder Fury 3. I met him. Matter of fact, don't we got a picture? Who's with us? Me, BFTB, Artman was there. There was a few of us. Troy's a good dude, talented dude, and I'm sorry he's going through this shit, man. I don't know the ins and outs exactly, but This is the business partner. He's one of those guys that's going to suffer from it. At least he got a little bit of a name. What about the guys we never heard of yet? You feel me? So, I'll be reporting it. I'll be pointing at, hey, man, look, they're doing this, and that, and this fighter is going to be affected, and da-da-da. And when you start asking, what happened to this local guy? He's from up the block, down the block, across the street, the state over. What happened to him? He's fucking working for Amazon. It's like, wait a minute, I thought you was going to get a title shot. Yeah, but, you know, I can't afford to go here, and then my trainers, I got to pay the camp, so in the meantime, I got to eat. So you got to work a job. Yeah, Mr. Mont, let me put this up here. The real OG Mr. Mont. Let me tell you something. A lot of fighters need to go fucking talk to Bill, but they won't. You know how many fighters need to go? You know what I mean? Right now, you know this shit with Turki out of Sheik? Right now is the time to go talk to Bill. Right now. Because not only Bill knows how to promote, he knows the business, and he has a relationship with Turki. Bill Haney right now is the cheat code. But if Eddie Hearn, a lot of y'all niggas is waiting for Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren, somebody to come save y'all. I think that Al Heyman's on his way out. Good luck getting a meeting with Al Heyman. Good luck getting a meeting with Eddie Hearn and trusting him. Frank Warren, same thing. You don't know anybody from DAZN. Here you got Bill Haney, who's on everybody's podcast. Mad people got his phone number, myself included. Y'all not hitting us up, say, yo, you can put me in contact with Bill? I'm trying to do a little something. Bill Haney should have at least 10 fighters in the stable. But go ahead and leave him alone. He's good. He's cool. Just him and his son and his other son and his daughter. He's good with his kids. And at this point, you know what? Scratch that. Leave Bill alone. I don't need y'all bad juju around him. Forget I said that. Because a lot of y'all are not well. Y'all are not true. For the past 3 or 4 years, y'all should have been beating down Bill's door. You see what he did with his son. Keep waiting on Eddie Hearn. Keep working with Lou DiBella. At least he's telling the truth. But run around and solicit your services to TKO with no Muhammad Ali Act. Go ahead. Done talking to y'all. But I'm going to point the fallout. The building's on fire in the high rise. I'm just pointing. Jump. Some of y'all niggas got a parachute. Y'all will land. Exactly, coach. They'll do Bill like how Floyd did Jay Prince. You know what? Scratch that. Oh, y'all niggas stay away from Bill. Stay away from Bill, man. But I would love to talk to Troy Isley just so I can understand what's going on. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. And I'm not saying that there aren't good dudes in boxing. I'm just saying, you know, a lot of you cats is chasing a bag, looking for a deal. Y'all have bad intentions. So in essence, really, I guess what I'm saying, boxing is getting what it deserves. So, you know, y'all deal with it. Y'all can call me a hater. Y'all can say, guess what? I don't give a fuck what y'all say because I didn't do this. But I'm going to point the fallout, though, and I'm going to talk about it every time. So I just want to remind y'all. So with that being said, shout out to the Tank. Love y'all. Salute to everybody, the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chats, all of y'all. If I get back home in time tonight, I'll do pep talk because I got a lot to say. Go subscribe to my Patreon because I'm putting up a Floyd Mayweather video over the weekend. And go subscribe to our good brother, Nak Measy out of BK. He over there overseas. I want that brother to be safe. It was brilliant chopping it up with you, man. Brilliant chopping up. Please be safe, good brother. I really feel good when I'm able to get an understanding. out of a misunderstanding. I really appreciate that. Thank you for pulling up on me. I love you, brother, for real. I want what's best for you. I appreciate that. And y'all stay blessed, man, and just pray for boxing. And the rest of y'all.
Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.